Anime was a mistake. Justin Miyazaki Swift 2023. Probably taken out of context, but you know, it's a pretty nice meme because somehow we went from this to anime being this. Not really out of the norm based on how often Miyazaki criticizes anime, the entire industry, and even the very studio he basically carried and made a name for, Studio Ghibli. And that takes us to Ghibli's new film, The Boy and the Heron. I love the visuals, how unique it was, the rush it gives you, especially the running scenes with this beautifully flowy, messy animation, the transitions, and more importantly, it did manage to get me emotional at the right moments. And the soundtracks, don't even get me started. Joe Hisashi popped off with this one. Let's not forget the references and elements of previous movies like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, The Wind Rises, Arrietty, where some characters even look similar. And to even stories outside of Ghibli's like Dante's Divine Comedy, a story of a man Dante adventuring through hell, purgatory, and paradise, with a lot of resemblance to Mahito's journey in this anime. And then there's the children's book, The Boy and the Blue Heron. The heron helping the boy process his emotions and them going on imaginary adventures together. It's a story to help children understand emotions. Combined with the other book, How Do You Live? Following a boy who has to live life with so many changes after his father's death. Merging multiple aspects from all these stories to create this wonderful, tragic, and bittersweet world and series of events. And despite taking wild twists and turns and being much darker and maybe even scarier for some, that's what The Boy and the Heron truly is. A story of healing, learning to accept one's own feelings, and moving forward through this crazy, as we would say nowadays, isekai adventure. Yes, you can technically say it's an isekai anime. Basically Mahito's therapy in the wildest way possible. First dealing with the loss of his mother in the hospital from wartime bombing, moving to a new place and then finding out you have a new mother, who's also about to have a baby, which can really make a kid confused and uncomfortable, especially since we see Mahito constantly lingering on about his mother's death, having nightmares and constantly hearing her voice while on fire. On top of that, getting bullied and not fitting in, hurting himself and inflicting a scar just so he can avoid going to school and not having to deal with people. That's when this creepy blue heron constantly harasses him, taking every opportunity it can to lead Mahito in this weird tower, guiding him to a realm below through a wild adventure to retrieve his new mother. In this journey, meeting the younger past self of his mother, Himi, that passed away from the fire, getting to meet her one last time, and learning just how excited she was to have him. A really unique sense of closure, especially since she literally said she's not afraid of fire, and in the process bonding with Kiriko, learning just how much he cares for his new mother, Natsuko, going out of his way to do everything he can to save her as to not lose a mother once again. Him being given the choice of becoming a literal god to preserve the world as the current Tower Master is old and dying. The very reason the Tower Master brought Natsuko, Mahito's new mother, to the tower in the first place, controlled by the stone. So when she does have the baby, they can stay there forever and take over, being the same bloodline and all. Instead, offering that choice to Mahito to make a balanced and beautiful world, unlike the cruel and warlike nature of the real world, to which Mahito declines, pointing out his own malice, the self-inflicted injury. Although the tower and basically the entire legacy of his lineage crumbled by the end of it, Mahito came out with new friends, closure, and the guts to move forward with life. Just like the children's book, Mahito was able to process his emotions throughout this imaginary journey. Or you might say it's real. But to be honest, it would be a disservice to say it's just a Ghibli film, because it seems like a very personal message from Miyazaki himself, that being the tower is the very legacy Miyazaki has created. Just like the god or great uncle in the story, Miyazaki probably felt to some extent that talent was just handed to him. Just like how the tower just landed there randomly one day, a cosmic fluke across space and time, a shot of luck. Knowing Miyazaki is old and his time is getting closer, hence the Tower Master, god or granduncle or whatever, realizing just that and wanting to hand over his legacy to his bloodline, that being Natsuko's baby or Mahito in the story, and them not really wanting that and taking a different direction in life, choosing not to carry on, just like how Miyazaki probably felt didn't work out with his familial situation, trying to get them to follow in his footsteps, and then the parakeets representing the people within Ghibli trying to get him to constantly retire, being the very ones that brought down the tower at the end. And well, people will forget, whether it be quickly or slowly over time, as the world no longer exists, being an anomaly in space and time. So if it doesn't exist now, it never really existed at all. Except for Mahito, who holds on to a keepsake and a small part of that legacy, maybe a tiny bit of optimism and hope from Miyazaki. The fact that the man popped out of retirement just to make this is so meta. It's almost as if it's one last goodbye, criticism, and a roast to Studio Ghibli, and maybe even the world of anime today. And it's something that I can truly appreciate, a story with multiple layers, simple but also complicated. If you haven't watched The Boy and the Heron yet, please do. Whether you watch it for Miyazaki's message or just for the story itself, it's something really beautiful. I would have probably missed this movie if my friend didn't invite me, so I'm really truly grateful for that. Yeah, that's about it. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you're new here, hit subscribe for more anime, manga, Japan related content. It really helps the channel, and I hope everyone gets a chance to watch this amazing movie. I know it's not out in every country, but hopefully it comes on streaming platforms soon. And yeah, that's about it. Like and subscribe. Bye bye, like and subscribe. Peace.